Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So yeah, things are moving again on a Friday, which is fantastic, starting to look really good with Ethereum, and we're moving further in the direction of the expected price, basically higher. Yeah, the direction is currently up as long as we're holding critical support levels, and I'm going to mention these very critical support levels to you in this video. And I'm also going to talk about the key targets, the next expected targets, should we continue the direction to the upside, and the key turning points and pivot points. Before we look in the very detailed price action, let's zoom out a little bit. Look at the most recent significant swing low here from the 13th of October. If I remember correctly, I think that was the CPI data at the time. And at this point, you know, when we then saw the strong move up, we considered this a wave one. Yeah. What did I do here? Yeah, no, we considered this a wave one. Basically the first wave of an impulse to the upside. Just take that out, this dot there. Okay. From here then we continued the path to the upside in a wave one. Here wave two. Originally we thought this would be a wave two. It then made a bit of a wave B to the upside, and then we had a stretched out wave two. But in the end, that gave us two entry points down here, really deep in the support area. And we then followed through on or in a wave three to the upside, which I think has peaked here around 1665. Then we talked about this wave four down and another wave five to the upside, which should still happen in an ideal world. I also mentioned to you it could be that we already peaked completely in this first impulse here, the wave one. So what I'm currently looking at is another leg up in a wave five of wave one. That would be ideal. That would complete a relevant impulse. Yeah, here highlighted in yellow, this wave one. That would be the ideal scenario, but it could very well be that we are coming down already in wave two, and that this wave one was already finished here, basically at 1665. But there is currently no evidence for it, right? Because why should I change the primary scenario if the current one, yeah, hasn't been invalidated yet? So I'm still focusing here on the, let's say, the primary scenario where we'll see one more leg up in a wave five of one. There is nothing telling me at the moment this is not going to happen. Actually, at the moment it's playing out quite nicely. But of course, you know, of course it could already be in the wave two. We just need to have that on the radar for our risk management, trade management, and so on. Yeah, because let's be honest, in any given moment there are basically infinite possibilities. But what I can do here as an analyst, I can sort of look at the one or the two or maybe three most likely scenarios and track these. And of course it could be already the wave two, but I just don't have the evidence yet. Okay, so let's go into the lower level. Or no, one more zooming out here for everybody who's new. So the expectation is that if this is really a wave one that we are about to finish, and maybe already finished, but again there's no evidence for it, that we would then come down in a wave two. Some people ask me already, what's the target for the wave two? I can't give you that yet, because from my point of view the primary expectation is that we haven't topped yet in wave one. So I need that top in place to give you a target for wave two. But it would be in the region of around, at the moment, yeah, let's say we had already topped, which I don't believe we have, but it could be. The target would be around 1300 to 1430. This would be a target for the wave two. Afterwards, I would expect we rally in a wave three, come down in four, and move up in five, which would again complete a higher level wave three in the region of $3,000. That is at the moment my roadmap here, and that is valid as long as we're holding wave two support at $1,300 US. And in an ideal world, we're holding this wave four support area at 1460, which for now did hold, right? So let's zoom in here because it's looking good. It's looking good. So in my first video already today, we talked about a potential impulse here, a 1-2 or 1-2 setup. And I think we already saw a little bit of a rally here. Gave you a target for the wave three in yellow of around 16, I think 1620 it was. Yeah, now we haven't come to 1620 yet, we've come to 1603. But we talked about this 1-2-1-2 setup and the wave 3 in white. So wave 3 of wave 3 reached target, We then came down in what I believe was a wave 4. We did hold the support area. I did show that signal on Telegram and Discord for channel members before it happened, gave them the support area and said, in an ideal world, we need to hold support and see one more leg up in wave 5 here in white, which we are currently seeing. Yeah, but this wave 5 in white, it has now fulfilled the minimum expectations in that it broke above the wave 3 high. But ideally, I would like it to go to 1620. We've now reached, as I said, the 1603 level. Then I would like to see a wave 4 down in yellow and a wave 5 up in yellow. And that would, for me, complete a relevant 5-wave impulse. So I would like to see just a completion of this wave 5. Then a wave 4 and a wave 5. That would give us 5 clear waves to the upside. At the moment, if you zoom out, you only see 3. All of this should go together with a break above the wave X high at 1620. Always bear in mind, this is always cascading probabilities. So the probability that a bottom was in is increasing with the more signals that you get, right? So the first signal we had here on the 2nd of November, where we bottomed here and had a confluence of support factors here. Then we had another signal where we moved up in an impulse. Another signal where we came down and did hold support. Another signal that we broke the wave 1 to the upside. Next signal was a breakout of the channel. Next signal was here today that we held support. Next signal is that we're currently moving up in the direction of 1620. So I mean, I always ask, how many signals do you need? That's up to everybody individually to decide. You need to decide what sort of level of risk you're comfortable with when you trade. But at the moment, it's all going well. It's all going well, and my expectation at the moment still would be that we could get into the sort of 1740 region here for this wave 5. So yeah, at the moment that is all good. In the very short term, we need to hold here the 1550 level, which is the green support for the wave 4. If we drop below that, we should at least hold the wave 2 lows here at 1525, and if we lose them, then I think this was just a fake out to the upside, a corrective wave pattern. And we would come down once more, and then I'm looking at here the 1460 level as key support next. But yeah, I mean, that's where we are. And let's say if we are already in the wave 2 down here, on the way, so that we already peaked in wave 1, then we would have a pattern that we would say this was wave A down, this is wave B up, and we're gonna come down in wave C. If this really is a wave B to the upside, we shouldn't really move much higher. If I draw the retracements, I think we should then be constrained by the 1628 level, the 78.6% fib level. That would be key resistance on the way to the upside, which is pretty much very close to that wave X high. That's why breaking that level is so crucial. Okay, and that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.